Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Do you struggle with reading piles of books, articles, or reports? What if you could read faster, retain more, and still understand everything deeply? Today we are breaking down four powerful reading techniques: skimming, scanning, intensive reading, and also extensive reading. By the end of this video, you will know exactly when and how to use each technique to save your time, boost comprehension, and become more efficient reader. We will cover what each technique is and when to use them and how to practice them effectively. Okay, what are reading styles? Reading styles are unique ways we process reading materials. Understanding them help us to adapt to different texts and improve efficiency. Types of reading styles we have skimming, scanning, intensive reading, and also extensive reading. Each technique serves a different purpose, and mastering all four will make you a versatile reader. Okay, first of all, we are focusing on skimming, the art of quick reading. The definition is skimming means reading rapidly to grasp the main idea without focusing on details, or to understand the general idea or the gist of the passage or text. We are not focusing on details in this part. It's perfect for getting the gist of an article or a book very quickly. And when we are going to use it, when you are short time, for example, when you are taking exam or when you want to answer something very quickly but you don't have time to read the whole text, this technique can help you. To review materials before a deep dive, or previewing a textbook or a report. These are the situations that skimming can help us. And how to skim effectively. Focus on headings and subheadings. They outline the structure. For example, the heading or the first sentences and also the second one. Let me tell the second one. Tell you the second one. Read the first and the last sentences of each paragraph. These contain key points. Why we say reading the first and also the second and the last sentence of a paragraph? Because in writing a paragraph, the first sentence of the paragraph is topic sentence. In the topic sentence, you have the precise opinion and also this limited topic or your main topic of the paragraph is in the first sentence. And the last sentence of the paragraph is the conclusion part that you're telling that we write the conclusion part in the last sentences. So that's why we say, okay, for skimming, look at the pictures of the text. If it has pictures, try to guess it. And also reading the first and the last sentences of each paragraph. And also you can help by subheadings or headings. We have subheadings because each paragraph just follows one specific topic or it's right about relevant topics, okay? Subheadings just headings but more, limited, okay? And look for keywords and bold texts. Okay, highlighted terms are usually important. And ignore minor details in this part. Save deep reading for later, okay? Because you don't have time to read the whole text. Do not just focus on minor information. Do not just focus on the names for, years, statistics, etc. In this part, we are just focusing on the whole. Imagine that, let me give you an example. For example, a tree, the whole tree is skimming. But the fruit of the tree is details, okay? The fruits or leaves of the tree is scanning, okay? Or another example, we can say, for example, a chicken, a whole chicken is called skimming, okay? But the minor parts of the chicken, or for example, you say the nuggets, or um, they are scanning, okay? Or for example, the body of the human's body or the appearance of a person is called skimming. These are examples, okay? These are just, I'm telling you the examples to imagine the concept, to better understand the concept, in order to better understand it. For example, when you see a person, you say, okay, that person is, she's tall, okay, she's fat, short, or she has blonde hair, or etc. Okay, you just see the appearance of a person. But when you focus on details, for example, you say, what is her name? Or what color is her eyes? Or I don't know. For example, look at the color or the hairstyle or hairstyle. Or for example, you can get more detail of her appearance or body. Okay, for example, her accent. You're just focusing on the details of something. I hope these examples can help you better understand the concepts. Okay, okay. And now let's move to the concept of the reading part. So, an example: imagine skimming a news article. You need to read the headline, subheadings, and read the first and the of each first sentence of each paragraph to get the main story or the main idea of the text. Okay? And the scanning, I'm going to make another video how to do this one, because if I want to do this one in this video, it will be longer, and but I think I'm going to make another video about how to exactly how to do these things. Okay? And scanning, it means, as I told you, finding a specific information. Scanning involves moving your eyes quickly to find the specific facts or figures, like names, status, or numbers, just keywords, okay? For example, not for example, when we are going to use scanning, research a topic, fact checking, looking up answers in the textbook, and how to scan effectively. Know what you are looking for. You are going to identify. You should identify that which word you are looking for. Is it the name of a city? Is it a time or the year or number? Which number? Is it a year, or I don't know, the age of a person, or I don't know, the percentage of something, or I don't know, everything, okay? And is it a name? Which type of name? Is it the name of a person, name of school, country, city, brand, whatever? And before that, you should make it clear for yourself, okay? And use visual clips, as I told you, numbers, bullet points, or blood uh, text stand out. And don't read everything. In this part, you're not going to read everything, okay? Just, I'm going to tell you. Skip irrelevant sections. Just focus on relevant parts. Practice with time drills. Set a timer to improve your speed. Scanning is a recipe for the cooking time. Your eyes would depart to numbers like 20 minutes, or I don't know, 150 Fahrenheit or something like this. And let's move to the second part: intensive reading, deep comprehension. Intensive reading is a detailed, focused approach where you analyze every word, sentence, and paragraph to fully understand the material. For example, a course book, or I don't know, you want to study something and you want to take exam, and this is intensively, okay? Or mostly textbooks. When to use intensively? Study for exams, as I told you, analyzing complex context or text, for example, legal documents or research papers, articles, etc. Learning a new language or learning a new concept to understand the grammar or vocabulary or the concept of the book. We have intensive reading. How to do intensive reading? Reading slowly, carefully, and you are going to pay attention to every detail. Take noting, summarizing paragraphs and highlights the key points. Look up unknown words, expand your vocabulary. You are going to kill not two birds with one stone, you're going to kill, I don't know, many birds. I'm very silly. Okay, it is not funny. And okay. And look up unknown words, expand your vocabulary, and you are going to ask questions about yourself after each part. Engage critically with the text. For example, reading a scientific paper, your decide each section, understand the methodology, and interpret their results. And the next part is extensive reading. Reading for pleasure or for and fluency. And we have intensive and extensive reading in classes as a teacher, or if you are a teacher, you have this concept. For example, or if you're a student, you can. It's not bad to know about this one. For example, when you I don't know read books for pleasure, or when you watch YouTube videos, or when you just watch a movie, it's extensive, okay? Or when you just search on the internet, it's extensive. For example, imagine when you are watching a movie, do you focus on, maybe some of you do, but most of the people in their real life, they don't really focus on the details, the detail of the movie. For example, when you are watching a movie in your mother tongue, after the movie, no one asks the summary of the movie, okay? Your mother doesn't tell you, okay, what was the summary of the movie? Tell me the summary, okay? I'm going to take the exam from this movie, okay? Tomorrow. You are not going to do that, okay? It's extensive. But when you say intensive reading, okay, or also, for example, intensive materials, are materials that teachers bring them to the class, and not just teachers, okay, mostly, okay, you can do it by yourself, but is a material that you work on this one, and you are going to learn something from that source. The source can be a video, I don't know, a blog, a book, storybook, something like this, okay? You are going to learn something, understand the grammar of the sentences, the new vocabulary, etc. Okay, and the next part is into extensive reading. I'm going to explain it in another way. Reading for pleasure and fluency, as I told you, or watching for pleasure. Okay? Definition. Intensive readings, or are just readings, okay, or intensive materials, it's better to say. Our materials, for example, let's just focus on reading. Extensive reading is reading large amounts of material for general understanding and enjoyment without focusing on every detail. And when to use extensive materials for extensive reading. Reading novels or magazines just for fun, or short stories just for fun. In this part, you're not focusing on the grammar of the sentences or the I don't know, vocabulary, the meaning, or the definition of the words. We are just reading for pleasure or fun and improving language fluency, for example, or building reading, I don't know, stamina, whatever. And how to do extensive reading. Choose a book and read it, or watch a video. I just kidding. Choose interesting material. For example, pick books or articles you enjoy, or short stories. We have different types of short stories. For example, I don't know, surprise ending, happy ending, I don't know, sad ending, or open ending stories. Read at a comfortable pace. Don't stop for every unknown words. You just continue, you ignore the words, you're just focusing on the plot of the story, okay? And focus on the big picture of the source. It can be a video, movie, or a book. Understand the overall story or the message. And it's kind of like skimming, excuse me. It's kind of like skimming, but the difference with skimming is that skimming, also in the skimming, you are going to learn something, okay? But for the extensive, you are not going to learn something, okay? You don't have purpose. Or for example, you can use skimming when you are taking exam, when you are going to answer the reading comprehension parts. It can be useful for you, but for example, for extensive reading, you are not going to use this technique in I don't know, when you are taking exam. It's just for real life. And reading regularly constantly builds fluency. For example, reading a novel, you are immersed yourself in a story. You imagine that you are in a story, you enjoy the plot without, I don't know, understanding every sentence, just focusing on the general idea of the story. And now let's compare four techniques together. Here we have a summary of the concept that I discussed. Skimming, we talked about skimming, scanning, intensive and extensive reading. The purpose is skimming. Is for quick overview, and it is good for preview and review. Scan is for finding specific details. It is good for research or fact checking. Intensive reading, the purpose is deep comprehension, and it is good for studying or complex texts. In extensive materials or extensive reading, it's for fluency and enjoyment, like general reading, novels, I don't know, stories, etc. And also you have intensive and extensive reading in other sources, as I told you, like movies, videos, etc. And key takeaway: each technique has its place. Skimming and scanning for efficiency. We use intensive reading for depth, and enjoy extensive reading for fluency and fun and enjoyment. And the last part is the practical tips to improve those techniques. Combine techniques. You can also combine these techniques, like use skimming to preview, intensive reading for key sections, and scanning for facts. And set a goal. Decide your purpose before reading. Are you learning, researching, or you are just doing it for fun? If you want to just enjoy the process, choose extensive reading. choose a, I don't know, storyboard that you want or you are interested in and start reading it. And practice regularly. Try timed drills for skimming and scanning, and this dedicate the time for extensive reading. And extensive reading are the best way to improve your listening and also your reading. It is the best way for you. For example, you enjoy watching cartoons in English just for fun, not just focusing on grammars or everything. You just play the video and also you start watching. This is the best way to expand your vocabulary, to improve your language skills, or also for reading. You're just open a short story, like the book. I think understanding. Um, I don't know the book was, which was about a short story. I think understanding English. I cannot steps by understanding. I think that was the name. The steps by understanding. They have short stories, just one page. You just read one page a day, just for pleasure. This is extensive, but when you highlight the words, you are focusing on the words, you check the words in the dictionary, you read the definition, and etc. It is called intensive. Okay. And a recap and call to action. As a summary, skimming and scanning save time. Intensive reading builds depth, and extensive reading enhance fluency. And it is for pleasure. Mastering all four skills makes you a super reader or a language learner, a very good language learner. Okay, and start experiencing with these techniques today. Try skim an article, scan a recipe, or diving deep into a book. And okay, that's end of this video. I hope you find this video useful and you learned these techniques. And like this video if you found it helpful, and also subscribe for more tips on mastering skills. Drop a comment below. Which technique do you try first, or which technique have you already known or have you already tried? And goodbye.